lo que hizo ayer Argentina.
Pilar.
No odio a Argentina, odio a la FIFA, que es la organización más corrupta del planeta Tierra.
Ronaldo decided to like a video on Instagram.
3 seconds. That's all it took. No statement, no interview, no press conference. Just a like on Instagram. And that one tap has the entire football world talking right now. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly what that like said, why he really did it, and there's one fact at the very end that flips this entire story on its head. Let's get into it. Here's the scene. The 2026 World Cup, hosted across the US, Canada, and Mexico. For both Ronaldo and Messi, almost certainly their last World Cup ever. Ronaldo, gone early. Messi, he captained Argentina all the way to the final, where they lost 1-0 in extra time to Spain. One man watching from home, one man still standing on the biggest stage in the sport. Remember that gap. It matters in a minute. Now here's where it gets interesting. In the hours before that final, something happened that had nothing to do with the match itself. Ronaldo's Instagram account appeared to like a video claiming FIFA wanted Messi to win the World Cup. Sit with that for a second. Not a rumor about something Ronaldo said. His actual account liking a video accusing football's biggest governing body of rigging the tournament for his greatest rival. So what was actually in that video? The clip came from Spanish journalist Pilar Rodriguez Los Santos, who tore into several controversial refereeing decisions involving Argentina, arguing the team had benefited from favorable calls throughout the tournament. Her claim wasn't subtle. She was essentially saying, Argentina should have already been out, and the only reason they weren't was FIFA's hand on the scale. Bold stuff. But hold on to this, because we're coming back to it. Her remarks reflected her opinion, and were not supported by evidence. Write that down. It's the single most important sentence in this whole story. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because the real question is, why would Ronaldo do this? Why now? Get inside his head for a second. This isn't some random athlete killing time on his phone. This is a man who spent 20 years building his entire identity around one idea, closing every gap through pure will. 5 a.m. training sessions, surgeries, sacrifice after sacrifice, all to be the best there's ever been. And there's one gap he's never closed. Messi has a World Cup, Ronaldo doesn't. That's not an insult, that's just the scoreboard. And for a competitor like him, that's the one argument he's never had a comeback for. So picture the moment. He's already out, he's watching his rival, a guy he's battled for 15 years, keep advancing, keep scoring, keep being the story, at almost 40 years old. And then a video lands in his feed, telling him exactly what part of him might want to believe. That it wasn't fully earned, that there was help. Did he mean to send a message? Was it a slip? Nobody actually knows, because neither Ronaldo nor his representatives have said a single word about it. Total silence. And that silence is exactly what's letting this spiral in every direction. But then, it turns out this wasn't some spontaneous, one-time thing. This has happened before. Ronaldo previously liked a post arguing Messi shouldn't have won more than 5 Ballon d'Or, and reacted approvingly to a video from journalist Tomás Roncero, claiming Messi didn't deserve several of his 8. Once could be an accident, twice starts to look like a pattern, and now, a third time, aimed at the one trophy Ronaldo will never have? That's not a coincidence anymore, that's a habit. So now there are 2 completely different ways to read this, and you deserve the full picture, not just the outrage version. Theory 1. There's something real here. FIFA is a massive, historically scrutinized organization, and officiating controversies are nothing new at a World Cup. If serious people are raising serious concerns about specific calls, that's worth examining on its own, completely separate from anyone's Instagram activity. But here's the theory nobody wants to say out loud. Theory 2. This is a 15-year rivalry finding a new battlefield. Because for over a decade, Messi versus Ronaldo was the greatest debate in sports, and it played out entirely on the pitch. Goals, titles, trophies. But the moment Messi lifted that 2022 World Cup, a lot of people considered the debate closed, and Ronaldo's had almost nothing to say back since. His whole career, his answer was always, yes, but more Champions Leagues. Yes, but more leagues won. When Messi got the World Cup, that yes but ran completely dry. And if that's what this really is, then this might be one of the saddest versions of that rivalry we've ever seen. It used to be about magic, now it might just be about undermining each other from a distance, one tap at a time. Here's where the story takes its final turn, because while Ronaldo said nothing, Messi's side didn't stay quiet either. Angel Di Maria came out and publicly called Messi the greatest of all time, thanking him for everything he's given Argentine football, right in the wake of that brutal final defeat. No direct rebuttal to the FIFA claims, just loyalty, out loud when it mattered most. And now, here's the moment that changes everything. Argentina lost. Think about that for 1 second. If FIFA supposedly bent over backwards, manipulated calls, rigged the entire road just to hand Messi his fairy tale ending, they failed. Spectacularly. Argentina fell 1-0 in extra time to Spain in the one match that would have completed the whole story. No trophy, no storybook ending, just a 39-year-old walking off the pitch in his final World Cup with nothing to show for it. If this was rigged, it's the worst rigging job in the history of sports. And that brings us back to the sentence I told you to remember. Los Santos's claims were her opinion, not evidence. Several outlets have been careful to draw that same line. Even the existence of past financial investigations involving Argentine football doesn't, on its own, prove anything about these specific matches being fixed. A real question and a proven conspiracy are two completely different things, and a viral clip doesn't get to blur that line just because it's convenient. So where does that leave us? Is it human for Ronaldo to feel something watching that video, some old, familiar sting about the one rivalry he's never fully won? Absolutely. Anyone would. Does that make the refereeing questions from this tournament instantly meaningless? No. Those still deserve to be looked at on their own merits, with real evidence, not vibes from a like button. What isn't fair is treating one silent, unconfirmed tap on a phone screen as a confession, a takedown, or a verdict on anyone's legacy. Ronaldo hasn't said a word. Messi hasn't needed to. And the tournament ended exactly the same way regardless of who liked what. Spain lifted the trophy. The fairy tale never happened. So here's my question for you. Do you think this was a real, deliberate message from Ronaldo, or a massive story built out of one ambiguous tap? And do the actual refereeing concerns from this tournament deserve more scrutiny, completely separate from all of this? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if this finally gave you the full story instead of just the headline, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.